Mm-hmm. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Another video. Another video. Hey, hey. Hey. Back again. Back again. Y'all see that title? Mm-hmm. Gonna have a come to Jezebel meeting, if you will. Come to Jezebel meeting. Because y'all, so, uh-oh, hey, ads. Oh, I got ads in the video. So, oh, am I paused? Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? I'm not paused. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is about to be some truth telling. About to be some truth telling. So, let's see. So y'all know, back in the day, Pastor used to be a little spicy. I used to be a little spicy. Back in the day, I was very headstrong. I was very strong as far as like my actual physical strength. I was working out a lot. I was like, I was Serena before Serena was Serena, right? And I was thick, like thick. And so, you know, I was very sought after in my younger day. Not that I'm not now, I'm just saying this, I'm painting the picture. Let me paint. So, I dated a lot. I had so many boyfriends. I was like, you can take me out. You can take me out. You can take me out next. I was on motorcycles and in cars and on boats and all of that, getting flown here and doing this and doing that. So I was living. Pastor was living. One fateful night, Pastor got a hold of some golden what are we gonna call it for the purposes of this story? Pastor got a hold of a good one. Pastor got a hold of a good one. And girl, that thing had me gripped. I started skipping classes. I was skipping work. I was all over. I was just wrapped up, girl. That's all I could see. That's all I knew. Him. Ooh, I was. Let's see. Where's he at? Where's he at? Y'all know what I'm about to get. Pastor had got a hold of a good one, okay? And it was new, it was fresh, it was young, it was just everything. I could just, you know, just the smell of him, girl. And, you know, he was over here and I was like, girl, I was just, everything. We was doing everything. Every time you go somewhere, he in the washing machine, in the washroom, I'm in the washroom. He in the bathroom, I'm in the bathroom. He outside in the garage, I'm in the garage. And we would just, whoo, it was hot. Since I'm only 25 now, can't really disclose my age. We won't go there. But Pastor was younger. This was younger in my younger days. So last year, whatever. So y'all know you ain't gonna catch me telling my age. Don't play with me. I'm 25. We're sticking to that. Okay? So last year, when Pastor, or a couple years ago, when I was 23, 21-ish, you know. Yeah, I was in that thing. Preacher's kid. I could just, oh no. Everything, it was just all about him. It was all about him. And so it was all about him and that thing is what it was. So I was very enamored with him. Everything he said, everything he did, everything he was talking about, all of that. I was compromising my preacher's kid teachings. I was compromising what I knew to be true. Anything he did, I wanted to do it. He outside working on the car, I'm sitting there with him talking. He want to go hanging with his boys. I was hanging with the boys. If whatever he wanted to do, it was all about him. I laid down school. I laid down work. I laid down everything for this man. But it wasn't a man. It was not the man. It was the baby. It was the experience of the man and the pheromones and the newness of it all, right? And so I was wrapped up. I was enraptured with him. And he was very controlling. And I was just like, I mean, if he breathing, I'm breathing. If it was just so much passion and so much all of that. It was like my first little good piece of stuff, you know. So I don't know. It was just an otherworldly type of thing. But he got me to break down my defenses. I was very headstrong. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was the prettiest. I was the best. I was the most beautiful, most sought after. Everybody wanted me. I loved everything about myself. Slowly but surely, he began to break me down. He began to break me down. He would say stuff like, ooh, you're getting a little thick. And I would be like, what? Ooh, I don't know. Do you really believe that? Do you really think that's the way it is? Well, I thought you said blah, 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 blah. And so he would eventually start trying to break me down. Because, thank you guys. Yes, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like the video. So he would continue to break me down, right? And so, but I wasn't seeing it. And he would say, oh, you don't need to go to class. Oh, you don't need to do this. You don't need to do that. And so it was toxic, but I didn't think it was toxic, right? And so he had me thinking I was crazy, and he would do stuff that I knew he was cheating, and make me think I was crazy. And what is up with everybody saying I'm evil? Anyway, let me not read the comments. Anyway, so he was doing things to try to break down my self-worth. I had a very, 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 very high, off the charts self-worth, okay? And he little by little would do things to kind of strip me of it, okay? So being a very passionate woman that I was at the time, I would be questioning, well, why you gotta go in the bathroom and talk? Well, why you can't just, stuff started switching it up. Once he knew he had me, he switched it up, just like in the movie. And I was like, why are you treating me like this? Well, I thought we was all in love. And then he would start denying me the baby, right? And I was like, dude, you know why I'm here. Yeah, you know why I'm here. Then he would be like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, yes, yeah, you do. So then I knew that it was because he was probably with somebody else. Girl, I was stalking, borrowing people's cars. I was doing everything I could to figure out if he was cheating. Anyway, long story short, caught him cheating one night on one of my stalking adventures. Now, granted, okay, Anne-Marie, if you want to continue to comment, you can comment and do it nicely. Okay? If people want to worship the devil, let them worship the devil. You go to church and you worship the Lord and go to heaven. And you don't worry about what other people is doing. Okay? That's what we're going to do. But Anne-Marie, don't get blocked, baby, because you 2 more comments from getting blocked, just so you know. Anyway, so we were, so I caught him cheating, right? Police came. It was a whole big old scene. I was acting a fool. The girl all scared and wouldn't come out and fight me. It was just stupid. It was stupid. It was stupid. And I took him back after that. Well, when he came back as a different guy because he knew I was willing to put up with mess. He knew that after I had showed my butt like that I was willing to put up with the bare minimum. So the next time something happened and I said something about it, what? He slapped me like that. Now, mind you, this is a 4th degree black belt. 4th degree, strong young strapping man, very strong. And he slapped me like that. I look 33 and not 25. You getting blocked just for saying that. I don't look 33. I look 25, and that's what you're gonna say. So now you're blocked, SD. Now you're blocked. Tell me I look 33. No, I don't. Anyway, so he slapped me. Thank you. I look 21. Let her know, boo-boo kitty. Slapped me. And I was like, but mind you, I was a little spicy. Like I said, a little spicy. And so I was in his face and, you're not gonna, so I was. And so he did, but he slapped me. And so I said, oh, okay. And that was the first time that somebody had hit me. And I was like, oh. And when I tell you, it was like a slap, like whole face started swelling up. And I was like, and it was like lightning struck or something. And I was like, whoa, like, okay, ooh. So he really hit me. I was like, oh God. So, we sitting down and I can't believe you hit me. I can't believe you hit me. I'm crying. Then he started crying. Then we crying. And then back on the trampoline we go. Back on the trampoline we go. And so, all the makeups, the crying and all of that, right? So then time goes on and he did it again. Kept cheating. So then he would go from trying to say mean things to ignoring me, to not giving the BP, to a whole bunch of different little things that I wasn't paying attention to the red flags. I didn't care about the red flags. I was so enamored with this one person that you couldn't tell me nothing about him. Nothing about him. And so, it went from the slap to an actual punch one day. Boom. In my face. And I was like, oh, but you know me. I mean, whatever. So he punched me, I punched him back. And clearly I was not as strong as him. So then it went to like physical, like fighting. And that happened for like a couple of months until I was like, okay, this dude is much, much stronger than me. And my daddy, this is one thing my dad taught me, or another thing that my dad taught me. If you ever put yourself in a man's place, don't be surprised when you see what happens in a man's world. And I was like, didn't really understand what that meant until then. And I called my daddy, Daddy hit me. And he was like, well, did you hit him? And I was like, yeah, but, and he was like, so you hit him and you expected him not to hit you back. You're wrong for that. And so he was like, you can't really expect him, just because you're a woman doesn't mean you won't get hit. And I was like, dang, that's the truth. So there's always, you can tell when you've gone too far with somebody. You can tell when you've pushed that last little button and, oh, he's about to snap. But I didn't care because I knew he loved me, or he wouldn't do that to me, right? So, so I kept pushing until I eventually, had to leave him alone. I had to leave him alone because it was very toxic for me. I didn't want nothing else but him. I knew this was my husband. Couldn't nobody tell me it wasn't my husband. I didn't care if he was abusive. You couldn't tell me nothing about him. You couldn't tell me nothing about him. I was so weakened by, yes, Jody and Yvette all the way. I was so weakened by the tearing down, and I was feeding off of the energy of the sex that I didn't care. I didn't care that he was abusive, you know. And I'm telling you all, yes, I was living off of the emotions of it. I was such an emotional person that the emotions were feeding my ego. It was almost like if he fed into my emotions, it was feeding me and helping me to grow a bigger ego than I already. It was just crazy stuff. Anyway, so eventually I left because, you know, college was over. I was going back home. But had I stayed there, I know that I probably would have stayed with that guy. Probably would have been in a relationship with him. And he was my drug of choice. Absolutely. He was a drug. He was a whole drug, girl. He was fun. That thing was fun. And it was just an ego thing. It was me being an egoid, and like, you will not be with anybody else. You told me you love me. You said you love me though, Mr. PP. You said you weren't gonna go anywhere. You said you wanted to marry me. Remember that time you said, oh, I want you to have my baby. I want you to have my little girl. Remember that? Remember that? So I was in love with this. And it was crazy. It was just crazy. And that was when I didn't understand that emotions are meant to guide you, not rule you. I did that video. Emotions are like a GPS or something like that. GPS, thermometer, or something like that. And, but it was real. It was very intoxicating, very just crazy. And I got out of that situation. Well, how did I get out of it? Somebody says. So y'all know I have my good old daddy, and he sat down with me and he said, you've caused most of this. You're getting a payoff. People don't do things unless there's a payoff. He was like, maybe you want to be a victim. Maybe you want somebody to feel sorry for you. But I don't feel sorry for you because I know you and you're my daughter. I don't feel sorry for you because I know this is something that you created. So since this is something you created, this is something you can also fix. If you want to stay, stay. I'll be here to support you. I'll be here to, you know, he was like, if you go to the hospital, I'll come sit with you. But eventually when you get tired, you'll be tired. And I was like, what do you mean you're not going to go kill him? And he was like, no, because I know you're my daughter, and I know that this is only something that you are creating. When you get tired, you'll get tired. And I was like, bling. And so then that's kind of what woke me up out of it. And man, when I tell you, that was the worst breakup. When I tell you I was stuck, I was stuck. I was in a whole nother city, whole nother area. And I was still like, oh my God, are you giving my PP away? What are you doing? 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 Texting 800 times, just girl. I was crazy. I was crazy. And when I finally woke up, I had a whole nother boyfriend. No, but that's really what helped me, is moving on to a new man and actually looking at the reality of what I had created, right? And so once I actually told myself the truth about what it really was, once I actually stopped trying to play the victim and stopped trying to be a victim, I was like, okay, and my dad, and he also said this, if you're going to get a payoff, let it be something other than something that hurts you. Why not be with somebody who's going to give you good feelings and good relationships and or not relationships, good whatever. Something to that effect. He was like, instead of getting a punch to make you feel like, oh, he really loves me. Why not get something that really is love, like time, like honesty, like loyalty? Why don't you look for somebody who's going to give you that instead of somebody who's going to give you these things that you know are not love? And I was like, you right, Daddy. You know? So, yeah, my dad was a real one. He was. When I was, but this is one thing about him though. When I was wrong, he would tell me I was wrong, but he would be right there with me while I was wrong. If I was robbing a bank, baby, I could call my daddy and say, Daddy, I just robbed this bank. The police are after me. He would be like, okay, so what we gonna tell him? You want me to tell him you're with me, or, you know, what's the story? What are we gonna tell? If I was wrong, my daddy was gonna be right there down there in the wrong with me. He gonna tell me I'm wrong. He's gonna let me be wrong, but he gonna be there right with me. If I was right, he would celebrate with me. He would, I can't even talk about it. Anyway, y'all know once I get to talking about him, but he was, just the realest ever. And this was not the only abusive relationship that I was in. After that, I was in several more bad relationships. Why? Because I was still on the whatever of this other guy. I wanted that. I craved that attention. Just like when you're high. You know, when somebody hit that needle, they want that high again. So I was like, are you him? Are you him? Are you him? Nope. Are you him? Are you him? Are you him? Nope. And I just kept going through the same thing over and over. But it was because I was craving that crazy. I don't know. I just felt like, oh my God, that was just so, that was just so good. And I kept attracting that to myself. And until I said, I'm not doing this anymore, then that's when it stopped for me. That's when it stopped. And if you want, and somebody says, I want to stop the toxic cycle. So stop it. Tell him, I know, Carissa. I've been there, Carissa. If you don't want to be that person anymore, you don't have to be that person anymore. If you don't want to continue in that, you don't have to. But you really have to, it's like cold turkey. You have to cut yourself off. Hi, Michael. What are you doing? Michael. Brother, come get him. If you don't want to be in that, my Mars and Venus are in the same house. I don't know. If you don't want to be that person anymore, you don't have to be. It takes a lot of mental fortitude. It takes a lot of mental fortitude. You have to really, and that's why when people say, oh, you're so strong, oh, you're so this, oh, you're so that. Listen, if y'all only knew the hellaciousness I've been through, if you only knew the things that I've gone through and endured to get where I am now, I mean, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. And like I said, that wasn't the only abusive relationship I was in. I continued to attract those types of men to me. But when you get tired of being tired, when you get tired of being tired and going through the same thing over and over again, you will stop the madness. You will. And I had to really sit down with myself and be honest. Most men are not abusive by nature. That is not true. That is not true. You attract abusive behavior to yourself when you let your standards go for him. When you allow him to be the center of your world. When you put yourself to the back burner for him, that's when you attract abusiveness. That's when you attract that. But most men are not abusive by nature. If you have that as your truth narrative, that is because you are attracting that to yourself. I'm telling you. If you feel like most people are abusive and most people, I can't trust nobody and blah, 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 it's because that's what's the truth for you. Did you ever get therapy or just stop on your own? Oh, who is this? Okay, one, I did get therapy. Eventually, I did have to get therapy, but it was not for that. It was not for that. It was for my issues I had with my mom. But I did get therapy. I did get therapy because I was crazy, girl. I was crazy. And I was so like codependent. My word is codependent. I was codependent on a lot of people, on my friends, on my son at the time, my dad. I was very codependent. I needed that. All of that, you know. I needed all of that to make me feel valuable and all of that. But yeah, I did. Do those men stay the same and heal? It depends. That's a very individual question. Some people do seek change and some people do want to be different, but some men don't. You know, some men, there's always a payoff. Whatever you are doing, you are doing it because there is a payoff. If you're in an abusive relationship, it's benefiting you in some kind of way. If you are in a healthy relationship, it's benefiting you in some kind of way. If you're at a dead-end job and you know it's not going anywhere and you still stay, it's benefiting you in some kind of way. So you have to be honest with yourself. What was his zodiac sign? I don't know. What was it? October the 20th. I don't know what October the 20th is. I truly desire to kill my second husband. But while I would have rot in jail, what happens to my boys? Well, let me stop looking at you like that because there's a couple of guys that I wanted to be that way with. Yeah. I wanted to kill a couple of them too. Oh, he's a Libra. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a cheater. Yeah, big time. But I wouldn't have hurt him. I was such a good Christian girl. I don't want him to hurt. I want the best for him. I want him to be I want the very, very best for him because that's my girl. I was so stupid. I wanted the best for him even though he was dogging me out. Do they come back and say sorry? Yeah. Chelsea, you're asking me questions that are very personal. Some men say they're sorry. Some men don't. It depends on the guy. Did he say he was sorry? Yeah, he did. Do I think he was sorry? Nope. You have to think about yourself. Absolutely. And always think about yourself. Okay. So, any questions? Y'all want to ask questions? Yeah, I've always had them come back and say, I'm so sorry, I won't do it. I won't do it. Then back to the trampoline we go. I was crazy. Aww, thank you, Toy Soldier Cheeks. Thank you. It took me a while to move on from him though. How do you stop yourself from getting demonetized? You have more than one. Always have more than one, or concentrate so fully on yourself that it won't even matter. It won't even matter if you concentrate on more than one person. And thank you for saying that. She says, I'm very courageous to tell my story. I feel like, because after my last video, I could just feel the, that this was needed, because so many women want to hold on to being a victim, and you don't have to be a victim. You don't have to be with an abusive person, but check yourself. Every relationship you have starts with yourself. Starts with you. And you have to really be honest with yourself. You have to really, thank you so much. Miss Jace's Playhouse, thank you so much. You have to really, if you have a strong self-worth, y'all, let me, okay, y'all knew. All right, Pastor. Everybody, get your tissues. Get your tissues. Pastor's gonna cry. Get your tissues. Pastor's gonna cry. Okay. It starts with you. It starts with you. If you don't have a very high self-worth, it only takes a little bit to slam it to the bottom. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Emerald Education Services. Okay, she's asked the question, so we'll come back to Pastor's thought. Why do we do that to ourselves as women? Why do we allow others to hurt us and accept it? I was super Christian too, girls, so I get it. Sending love. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I think as women, we are taught to do that, especially as Christian women. You're taught to put others before yourself. You got to fix your baby's plate before you fix your plate. You have to do for them before you do for yourself. You have to think of others before you think of yourself. And that's, if you're taught that way, and then somebody like me comes along and says something like, you have to be selfish, you have to think about yourself. Yes, it is radical the way I say it. Yes, it is a little dramatic and it goes against the status quo. But I am so dramatic and so in your face because if I'm not this, be selfish, then you'll be like, and it gets swept under the rug and people don't take it seriously. So that's why I'm like, it's okay to be selfish. You know, it's okay to be selfish. And just today, somebody says I'm demonic. Somebody says I'm a demon. Somebody says, oh, I'm going to hell. And I'm leading all these women the wrong way. And that's hurtful. That's hurtful for people to say things like that. And as somebody who's genuinely trying to be helpful, it's hard to hear and read those things about yourself because it's like, why would you say that? And I'm really genuinely trying to help people. So I have started to envision myself with this armor, you know, with this armor so that I can keep going, so that I can keep telling the truth, and so that I can keep sharing myself to help other people. And it's hard to do sometimes. Sometimes I'll be like, you know, I'll be wanting to slam all this stuff and say, fuck YouTube, you know. But I really know and I feel like I'm making a difference, you know. And so that's why I keep going. But I have to really shield myself from that because I know that I'm genuinely trying to help, you know. So there you go. There you go. Oh, the sound is low? Let me turn it up. Uh-oh. See if I can turn the sound up. Sorry. So yeah. So thank you. Thank you. It's hard sometimes though. It's hard sometimes because I'll be like I'll be wanting to say stuff. But yeah, it's telling yourself the truth and having self-esteem, y'all. You should, and this is another thing. Let me scoot a little closer. This is another thing about that movie that really got to me. Your own self-esteem, your own thoughts, your own feelings are so important. So important. If Grace had went with her first intuition, thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Double R. Thank you for that. If Grace would have gone with her first intuition, none of the stuff that happened to her would have ever happened to her. When she first went on a date with that man, she was like, why is he so into me? What is it about me? Why is he so little? Why is he? She knew and she questioned herself, but she didn't go with her own intuition. There is nothing like being, there is nothing more valuable than your intuition. Nothing more valuable than your intuition. Your intuition is 100% correct all the time. All the time. And when you lean, you don't have to call, girl, what you think about this? I just met this man. Girl, I just met this man. What you think? You don't need anybody else's opinion. Mickey, what you think about this sugar daddy? This, blah, blah, blah. You don't need my opinion. You have everything you need to create the life that you want. The life that you want is absolutely yours once you start to create it. Period. Nobody can take that away from you. So what should she have done? Not gone on a date with him at all? No, she should have waited until he proved himself. Get excited. Be happy. Oh, I got a new man, girl. Oh, he's so fine. He's so young. He loves me. Do that. But pay attention to the signs while you do that. Pay attention to the signs. Okay, I feel a way on what is this? Okay, I'm feeling a certain way about this. Pay attention to what that is, because that's not a lie. She didn't say, okay, well, you in love. Show me. You see this big old house I got? You want to talk about coming in? Okay, come in, but pay this light bill while you coming in. You want to lay up in my bed and snap pictures? No, snap a picture of this bill so you can know where to go to pay it. That's what you do. Snap a picture of my bills so you can have my account number to take it down somewhere and go pay my bill. Right, where was his house at? She didn't even see where he lived. We never seen her go to his house. That's what you can take a picture of. Don't take a picture of me. It was a fall from grace. Girl, I'm saying, let me snap a picture of your credit card so I always have it in my files to pay my bills with. Just saying. But it was crazy. That was really, I really, after that last video, I really felt like I needed to share that, because people want to say, oh, you know, you're so strong and I admire your strength. Yeah. But guess what? It takes a whole lot, because there was a time when I couldn't afford counseling. I couldn't afford to go see a counselor. I couldn't, you know, I didn't have money for that. I was barely trying to make it, you know. And so when I didn't have the money for that, I was watching Dr. Phil, reading books and watching Oprah and stuff like that. And it was just crazy. It was crazy that I was going through that, because I was allowing it. And then I had to make myself change, though. So that movie peed you off. I knew she didn't love herself when I saw that wig. So, yeah. The way that she presented herself to him, the way that she was presenting herself to the world, the way that she felt, oh, nobody's going to love me because I'm old and divorced. And whenever you come with that low energy, you know that's what you're going to attract, you know. And some of you know that's what you're going to attract now. That's why you don't get out the house. If you don't put, thank you so much, Miss Lovely Mayhem. Thank you for that. If you don't put the effort into yourself, then other people can tell. So that's why some of y'all are stuck in the house. Who cares though? Girl, put you on some Cardi B, some Mariah Carey, some Whitney Houston, somebody, and get out. But make a change for yourself. I can't watch Tyler Perry movies anymore. They do nothing to support struggle, love, and the idea that if a man is broke and interested, listen. Michelle K. I really don't think that was the message of Tyler Perry videos, or of his video. I think he's doing it as empowerment. Just like me. Take me, for example. A lot of my videos aren't good videos. People don't send me, oh, look at this wonderful dad taking care of his children. People don't send me images of, oh, Miss Aikita, thank you. Thank you for that. Hey, boo. People don't send me good images. People send me bad images. So when I make a video, it may appear like my channel is against women. This is the reason why you ain't gonna never have a man. Y'all better hurry up and have a baby. And it may appear that that's the case with me, but it's not. I am speaking from the reality of what I see. I'm speaking from my DMs, and people don't DM me happy stuff normally. People DM me stuff about, girl, she say she want a sugar daddy and she like this. Da, 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 da. Faith dissolves fear. Have faith in yourself, baby. Faith in an unknown entity does not dissolve your fear. Faith in yourself will dissolve your fear. I don't trust one person on the earth, even my own children. Your own children will turn against you. I trust myself enough to know that I can make changes to my life today. If I don't like my Fenty unlocked lipstick, I don't have to wear this. I can take it off and wear something else. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody but myself. I don't. So when you have faith in yourself, yes, you can move a mountain. You sure can. But, you know, faith in other things, I don't believe in that. Thank you. Trust God. Okay. Your eldest son miraculously survived a deadly car accident because of your faith, your sister, so you know. Okay. How do I differentiate between intuition and fear? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're afraid of something, that means you're supposed to be afraid of it. If your intuition is causing you to have a feeling of fear, then you should go with it. If you have a thought like, ooh, something isn't right, I don't care if it's based on fear. I'm out. I don't care what it is. If I'm afraid of something, I'm supposed to be afraid of it, and I'm going to go with it. If something is telling me, you know, you should do that, I really think you should do it, then you should do it. You know, so I don't care what it is. If I'm afraid of it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not afraid of anything though. Normally I'm not. I'm not afraid of most things. I'm afraid of rodents, but that's about it. And I'm pretty sure that's unwarranted, irrational, but you know. Lord, okay, if you're God-fearing, let me tell y'all something. I'm a God-fearing woman, and a lot of people believe in God, but I still love them. You know what? If you're God-fearing and you watch my channel, you're going to hell. I tell y'all this all the time. If you are God-fearing and you're watching my channel, going to hell. Just going to hell. I'm telling you. Start watching me, because I'm not going to lead you to heaven, baby. Pearly gates are not on this channel. Just saying. I be trying to tell y'all, Christians, don't watch me, baby. Marissa, thank you for sharing your story. Could I please talk more about self-empowerment and building self-esteem, because it is something I struggle with? I absolutely can. So, Miss Marissa, self-empowerment. Okay, here's the thing. You are all that you have, baby. About to get emotional. Hold on. Okay. You are all you have. You don't have anything other than yourself. You are the number one guaranteed thing that you're going to wake up to every day. Every day. You don't know if you're going to see your mom. You don't know if something's going to happen to your children. Maybe the zombies are coming. You don't know what's going to happen. All you know is you have yourself. If you don't love yourself, your whole entire world is doomed. There is nothing that is going to be happy in your world. There's nothing that's going to be fruitful in your world. Nothing if you don't trust yourself and you don't love yourself. So you have to develop a good relationship with yourself. If you hate yourself, your world is going to be gloomy and dim and dark and sad and lonely if you don't get comfortable being with yourself. So what do? Go out by yourself. Spend time reading. Sit still. Yeah, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like the video. Sit still. Sit with yourself in complete silence. Sit with yourself in complete silence and be quiet. And be quiet. Don't, and listen to your own thoughts. What are your thoughts telling you? What is your mind telling you? And then you tell your brain what to think. You tell your brain what to think. Don't allow your brain to give you thoughts. You tell your brain what it ought to be thinking. What if you have been in a very abusive relationship and grew up that way? How would you build yourself up? Change your reality. What do you see every day? If you're in an abusive relationship, you should get out of it. And if everybody else you know is in an abusive relationship, get away from them. Move. Move to Alaska. Move to Florida. There's 50 United States and 7 continents, baby. You do not have to stay where you are. Leave. Move. Move. It's easier said than done, but it is easy. It is easy. Leave. If you don't want to be in an abusive relationship anymore, you won't be. Like my daddy told me. When you get tired of being tired, you're going to be tired. Just tonight, I was so late to a second date that I said I was attacked on the subway and I was with the police. He's very worried. He keeps calling you. What should your next play be? Stop lying. What you lying like that for? Girl. Anyway. You got to go with that lie. You can't unlie that. If you're 22 and he's 54, stop dating your daddy and get you somebody else. That's your next move. Stop being with your daddy. Yeah. You have to be selfish. You have to be selfish, y'all. You're 20, how do you deal with a jealous, spiteful mother that you live with? Move. Move. Chanel, move. If you don't want to be 20 years old, it's old enough to live by yourself, move. Why do women put up with bad guys? I can't tell you why women do. I can tell you that I did because it's something sexy about it. There is something sexy about a bad boy. The intrigue, the mystery, the ooh. Is he really going to do this to me? Maybe I can change him. A lot of women, you know, and that's me. That is me, baby. Maybe that's the Cancer part of me. But I will hold on to the very bitter end. I will hold. Maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll change. Maybe he'll change. Maybe he'll change. He said he loved me. He said he was going to change. He said he was going to do this. He said he was going to do that. That's me. I will hold on to the very bitter end. Love conquers. Oh, Lord, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie! Anne-Marie DeGroot. Start from my first video and keep watching, baby. Pretty sure around the 3rd or the 4th video, you're going to unsubscribe, but start there, baby. Anne-Marie. Love conquers all. Love. It's all about love. You're abusing your family, but it helped you to recognize abusers early on. Yeah, I'm a huge softie. Me too. I'm a softie. What's crap? Oh, You were told by a man that a man will eventually grow out of being abusive. No. I don't care if he does grow out of it. He won't grow out of it for me. He can grow out of it, but he won't grow out of it for me. What? Even if he does grow out of it, good. Good for whoever he grows out of it for. But it won't be for me. Movies program women to stay. Yeah, they do a lot of times. So do pick me moms. Your Cancer hides his emotions. I guess that's a man thing. He's probably learned how to hide his emotions. Do I do one-on-one consultations? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yep. Anne Marie says she desires. Let me ignore her. Good for you, Anne Marie. So everybody, let's see if Anne Marie has done any videos to empower women towards healing and happiness, so we can subscribe to her. Yay! Yes, don't forget to like the video. I am not gonna get rid of you so easy, Anne Marie. Well, you just stay right there, baby. I'm telling you, if you scroll back to the first video I ever did, and by the time you get to the third one, by the time you get to the third video, you're going to unsubscribe yourself. Pretty sure. It's funny how all these Christians just really be watching me. Ain't that crazy? I be talking about pinky and everything, and these Christians be on my little video. Girl, what? Why y'all be on my videos, Christians? Please do an affirmation video that you say things gets the way. Oh, you want me to do the voiceover for the affirmation videos? Okay. I want to be saved. This is what y'all can't get rid of, though. Christians always want to be on my channel because this is why. Y'all be having that deep vein thrombosis. Y'all be having that deep vein thrombosis. That's why y'all be trying to watch my little channel. I'm just saying. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Okay. Your neighbor across the hall was murdered, allegedly by her boyfriend. I did not even know that they were having problems. So, girl, let me tell you. So, my next door neighbors were murdered by their son. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? My neighbors, not these people right here, but these people over here. Murdered, girl, murdered by their son. And the boy gone back to some country. Y'all know, subscribe to my Instagram. I am michaelapink, and you'll see. Murdered, girl. Both of them in there dead. Had been dead like 4 or 5 days and stuff. And that's what I be telling you. See what I'm saying? They from another country, see. They from another country. And so they really don't talk to me. And I have children, and I'm literally the only, I think I'm like the only African-American person in my whole subdivision of like 30, 40 houses. Everybody else is African, Chinese, white, from other countries and stuff, right? So they, see, exactly, trust nobody. Okay, trust nobody. Well, guess what? Their asses was over there fucking dead. Had they talked and waved and stuff as we taking the trash out, come over and knock and sit down and have dinner and talk to people, maybe their asses wouldn't have been over there dead all them days and somebody wouldn't have knew. I knew something was up when their outside light was on, but I was like, well, maybe I don't know, maybe they out of town. Girl, they was dead. Dead. Sure was. I didn't tell the boys, but they was dead. And the sun, can't nobody find the sun. Shh, girl, I be talking to my neighbors. Y'all ain't got to talk to me. They think, oh, look at that black lady over there. We never see her with a husband. We never see, she doesn't have a husband. Oh my God, what happened to her husband? Y'all gonna know if something happened to me. Y'all better talk. Hey, hey, hey. Hi, Ling. Hi, Ling. Consuelo. Juan. Hey. What's your name? Akbar. Hey. Narhari. Muhammad. I be knowing them. Oh, you're Muslim? Salam alaikum. All that. I be talking to them. I don't care. You're gonna know me. I'm not gonna be dead over here. What? Hey, hey. You guys wanna come over? You wanna get in our pool or you gonna? Girl. Ooh, I be waving at everybody. Everybody. Ling, ling, hey, ling, ling. You know, your Chinese, they always, girl, whatever, I'll do it back. Hey, whatever. I be talking to my people. I'm not gonna be over here dead. I call somebody every now and again. Hey, you all right? Y'all gonna know. Forget that. Forget that. You can be sad and shady if you want to, but you gonna know. I'm not gonna go knocking over their house now, but I mean, you know, because they was older, they're like Pakistani or something, so you can't rightly just go to nobody's house. But forget that. Oh, you from New Orleans? Hey, baby. Miss Mara Frank from New Orleans. Hey. New Orleans is one of my old little stomping grounds, girl. Yeah, check on your strong friends. Check on everybody. I be, y'all, don't let anybody isolate you. See, I don't talk to my neighbors. Okay. Don't let people isolate you. Don't be isolated. When you're isolated, that's when you run into major trouble. How do you move to a new city and start your life over? Join meetups. Join meetups. Join a church, even if you're not religious. Get around people. Meet people. Talk to your neighbors. Go to somebody's house. Words kill. How do words kill? How do words kill? Anne Marie de Groot. I'm gonna put some in Anne Marie's life. Anne Marie, how do words kill? If I told you die right now, are you gonna die? Psh, die, be gone. Are you dead? Are you dead, Anne Marie? Bet you can't type nothing. I told you to die. You're killed. Anne Marie, where you at? I bet you she gonna type something else. You ain't dead. But words kill though. See? My advice could lead somebody to suicide. No, it can't. No, it can't. They ass can lead their own self to suicide. Somebody, I can't lead you to do nothing. You don't know me from Jake the Snake. If my advice leads you to suicide, you should have did it yesterday. You should have killed yourself yesterday then. Die yesterday. If my words make you commit suicide, you should have did it yesterday. I want their responsibility. Girl, I don't even know you well enough to care. If you was to die right now, I don't even know you well enough to care if you dead or not. What? Girl, I'm not finna be sad. Yeah, she lost. Let me ignore her. You're moving to a new city, but you don't even know if this is the right time to just wait. If you don't know, stay. If you don't know, stay. What am I here for? Obviously to entertain you because you don't have a life to go out and be somewhere else doing something else. Right, the wrong YouTube streets, girl. Just saying. This is Unlocked by Fenty Beauty with the brown lippy. Words can kill if you are a judge who can sentence you to death. Yeah, back to the show. Anyway, okay. Yeah, we've been on here an hour. All right. So that's my story. He was very abusive. Then I got in more abusive relationships until I decided to make a change for myself. For myself. I decided that my life was going to be a certain way, and I changed it. Did I do it overnight? No. Did it take some therapy? Yes. Did it take self-reflection? Yes. That's the most important thing, is that I decided I was going to have some lots of self-reflection, and that is exactly what I did. Until you do that, though, you'll never be able to get out of a bad relationship. Do I still think about that person? Yes. Would I get married again? Me get married again? No, absolutely not. I'm not gonna get married again. No way. Nope. Anyway, I'm Michaela Pink, and that's what I think.